Anyway, we thought we'd come live today. We got a few announcements to make. We got some cool stuff happening. We got some stuff coming out. If you guys have followed any of our posts in the past couple days, we've done some little sneaky leaks, kind of show you what's going on. Um, yeah, today's all about talking about what's going on, what's next, how you can jump on the flavor freak train, and more. So buckle up, get comfortable, and let's talk food. So, for those of you that don't know, we've got two new products coming out. Today is the launch party for those. Woo hoo, woo, woo woo.
Okay, let's never let Dylan carry the show again while I'm posting stuff ever. No. I'm so excited I could almost yawn. Anyway, no, Dylan's right. We got new stuff, man. Tell him about the stuff.
We have new stuff, and we have new graphics and new stickers and new rubs. So, who's ready for some?
I'm ready. Let's throw this up there. Let's let me hide us.
So, with that, if you want to take it longer, if you want to cure longer, use prog powder, use pink salt, use Morton's Tender Quick. Otherwise, it's just straight cure. So 7 to 10 days on a belly, 3 to 5 days on a loin,
All
two to
right,
three days on a
on
salmon.
Dylan. Let me see what's going on because they're saying we can't hear. Oh, I can hear you. You can hear me.
Yeah.
Let's someone give us a cue if you can hear us now, because Be Live has had the issue where if you're not directly on the screen, you can't be heard, and it's also the issue that it'll start the stream without the audio. Period. So, Bueller, anyone? If not, we'll start the stream over, and we'll blame Dylan for breaking it. Let's see here. All right, Patrick says he can hear. All right, let's just start it over, dude. Start from the top. Let's see what happens. Now we can hear. Good now.
All
Okay.
right. Everybody can hear now.
So evidently, we can't be taken off the screen. We're that damn important. So everything will be shared in a smaller format. Yeehaw. Be Live's a great platform, but it's not a perfect platform. So, hey, just in case you didn't, catch any of the other stuff, welcome to Flavor Anonymous. We have new stuff. We've been talking about it for about 10 minutes. You may have not heard of any of it.
No one was listening, but we were talking now.
We felt really important, though.
For 10 minutes.
Okay, so let's start from the top, dude. We technically have two brand new products, but really kind of three products because we had about, well, I mean, we sold a lot of the Cure, but not as much as Mood, because I think people are still confused about it. So let's throw it up here. The Cure, this happy little boar face fellow here. Let's talk about what it is right off the bat again, and then we'll get into each of the other two products, and then we're going to talk about exactly what we're doing for this sale that goes live probably Monday morning. Probably Monday morning.
All right, so here's where we're at. The Cure. The Cure is a lot of things, and that's where I think people get confused. So let's start with the most basic. Mic check. Everyone can hear me this time before I go into this
No, you're
diatribe?
good, dude. You're good. We got it now.
All right. So the cure contains no nitrates or nitrites, all right? It is simply reliant on salts and sugars for the curing process. So that means it's ideal for short cures. So we're talking, 7 to 10 days max on the belly, 5 days, 5 to 7 days on a loin, 2 to 4 days on a salmon.
Yeah.
Um,
And these are the cures that your doctor is okay with, right? Because
right
you're not eating the weird stuff, right?
now,
This is ideal, especially during this time when you've got nothing better to do.
right, let's throw some stuff in and see what happens. Now, if you want to go longer, you absolutely can. You just need to add a product like Morton's Tender Quick or Prog Powder or Pink Salt, and there you're just going to follow the manufacturer's recommendation for how much product to use per pound. Okay, so you can absolutely add that to the cure to do long cures, like if you want to do a ham or something like that. That's typically a 21-day cure. Um, but otherwise, you don't need to. Second thing the cure can do, aside from just curing things, it's fantastic as a wet brine. Okay, you can take a cup of cure mix to about a half gallon of water and have an awesome wet brine. So you can wet brine wings, chicken, turkey, you name it, you can wet brine it. All right. Third thing it's great for is just as a regular rub. One of the reasons we left the prog powder and the Tender Quick and the pink salt out of this is because we liked it as a great rub. Like, it's fantastic for bark. It's a great base rub. You can use it with a lot of other rubs, and it has wonderful results. I mean, you can search some of the pictures where people have tagged us in it. They're getting fantastic color on their ribs. I've seen them do it in a lot of things. I mean, somebody the other day commented they use it on popcorn. Like, cool. I
Yeah,
can
it's gonna
see
be a
that.
great spicy kettle corn kind of flavor if you do that.
Right. So there it is. It's a rub, it's a wet brine, it's a cure. And then for those of you that are taking the extra effort, if you're a competition guy or gal, or you're just extra steps in the backyard, if you're wrapping ribs and wrapping butts, this is a great thing to add to your wrap. A lot of people are putting sugar and re-rubbing in the wraps anyways. This is fantastic for that. It's gonna make flavors pop. It's gonna sweeten a little bit. It's got some nice savory and a little bit of heat, but not too much heat. So it's fantastic in rib and pork butt wraps. Um, what's it used on? Anything you want. Literally anything you want. Chicken, pork. We did a sugar cookie brisket with it. Combining it in the mood. You name it. Fish, shrimp, vegetables. It's great on squash. It's great cooking down tomatoes.
It's great
All
dumped
kinds.
into a big vat of green beans if you like those southern sweet bacony green beans. They're awesome.
Yeah, it and cut up a little pork, a little ham, and it's fantastic. Um, but yeah, that's the cure. And I've seen it said a few times. A little does go a long way. Like, it's potent, and it's meant to be. It's a great value for what it is, what it does, and you don't have to use a ton of it. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. So immediately we're gonna be selling these as a 3-pack. So we got to let you know that right out of the gate. And you guys are gonna ask, well, why not mood, or why not give you an option of mood instead of the cure in the 3-pack? And the reason why is you can officially get mood all day, twice on Sunday, 24/7 at barbecueproshop.com. So what we're doing with FA on our site, because we can't handle the distribution that that some of the other companies can, we're only running packages and new products on our site. As they become a thing, we're going to send them over to a place like barbecueproshop.com because they ship fast. They reorder quick. We can get them refulfilled because Jeff can order in quantities of 100 to 200 pounds, and it's still fresh. And he actually maintains our ethos and how he delivers the products and how fast they're delivered to you. So that's why Mood is now officially. You may not ever see it again except in a family pack, meaning with all its once we release everything. But you may not see Mood again on FlavorAnonymous.com. We'll see. But right now we're going to honor the commitment to send that to Barbecue Pro Shop because Jeff has just been one great partner. All right.
And not only that, but we realize while you guys might be flavor freaks, there's certainly other rubs and sauces and barbecue products and grilling products out there. So being at a place like Barbecue Pro Shop's fantastic for that because you can get stuff you love from us and some stuff from some other folks and get pay one shipping. So he also takes care of our friends north of the border.
That's true.
So all of our friends up there in Old Canada can get their stuff from Barbecue Pro Shop because he ships direct to them. So yeah,
And
there's some
quickly.
advantages and quickly. So there's some great advantages there because as you'll see, we've got some videos coming out that we did with Barbecue Pro Shop on some products. Because we realize, game recognizes game, and there's some good products out there. So
Sure.
you know,
Let me rifle through some of these comments and questions real quick, Dylan. We're just going to go back to the top. Ben Wilson, our brother from the Mother's Inn, Big Ben, Eric Zacharias. We don't like that guy. No one else knows him except me, but he's. I'm just giving him crap anyway. Let's see. Oh, your art is on point, Dylan. Look at you, so artsy. And of course Ben gave me crap for audio, and Eric. I love you guys. I really do. Not really. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, Cure on salmon fillets is great. Cure is amazing. Used on baby backs in St. Louis. They're the best ribs I've smoked. Listen, let's talk about that. The Cure on unwrapped ribs is like ribs my grandfather used to make. Like they were. It reminds me of going back to the 70s. It's awesome. I do love those. It's also been a wrap. Awesome on whole chicken. But here's the biggest point about the Cure. I actually like this one from Jonathan Sands. I mix Mood and the Cure. The Cure is meant to have other rubs mixed into it. It is such a flavor magnet. Not a magnet. How about a flavor sink, like a heat sink? That you can mix very spicy and very bold flavors into it, and it rounds them off and gives you something totally different. And that's the cool part of the Cure, in my opinion. So, any other thoughts on that, Dylan, before we jump to the other product?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like the Cure is the jam band of rubs. If you got something that's really spicy and you want to cool it off, and you want to tame it a little bit and round it out, you're exactly right. Put it up there, but it's also got that little kick in there too from the peppers. But yeah, it's absolutely meant. So if you like a certain rub for color, put it on there. If you like a certain rub for that final flavor, dust it with that, but lay down the base with the Cure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Ben, we're not saying, Ben Anderson, we are not saying Flavor Anonymous sold out with Mood. What we are saying is that you guys sent us so much, I can't believe I can't get this every time I want it kind of comments and emails that we just figured out a way to do that for you. We want you to be able to order anytime you want. It's a great product. We said from the beginning, some of these products are going to make it long-term. Some are a great pet project, and we're going to have to figure out which is which. We love them all. I consider every one of these products a mic drop level product. But that doesn't mean the market responds the way we love them. And we may keep some of them around just because we love them. I don't know. But the point is, you do love the Mood Enhancer, and we want to make sure you can get it as much as you want it. And Jeff Belmonte is one of the best guys we know. And Barbecue Pro Shop ships quick, does it right, and we love those guys. So we want to support them. Game recognized game, right? That's exactly what Dylan says. Well, you know what? They took a shot on us early. They believed in us early because of just the partnership of Dylan and I. And we want to pay that back. We want to honor that. So That's where that comes from. All right, next in the hopper, get to the hopper, is the DG, man, the Dirty Gringo.
So we need to slide that down because you actually can't see the DG on the screen. You can only see the unimportance.
I'm gonna keep reworking them here. On my screen, I can see it. I can see the whole panel.
Yeah, on mine I can't.
Well, you should stop using Apple.
All right. So the Dirty Gringo. If you can read on there, you have been warned. If it walks, crawls, flies, swims, or grows from the ground, Dirty Gringo is the answer. What is Dirty Gringo? Dirty Gringo is the slow burning fuse of Southwest flavors. The layered smoky peppers combined with the savory and slightly sweet elements form a trail that lead to flavor packed meals. Man, that's some good writing.
Good writing, okay reading.
Hey, we're homeschooling, man. I don't know about
That's right.
y'all.
We're all tired from being a teacher. We quit. I posted a video. That video I posted on my personal page. The dude like calling the teacher crying. He's like, "Please let him come back, please." Oh goodness. Yeah. So true story. The Dirty Gringo is everything southwestern. Like I did it on some chicken yesterday, and I'm going to tell you that may be the most balanced, smoky, slow burn rub ever. I love it. Like it just kind of creeps up on you. It's like all smooth. It's got swagger, right? Kind of walks in the bar. It's like, "What's up?" It's a Spurs, and you're like, "Oh shit, it's getting a little warm," but then it chills out. It reminds me. It has pieces of like a great mole in it, some of the flavor points, but it has everything great, real, authentic Southwestern cooking has. Like, whether you're doing some carne asada or, I mean, name some places you'd use this, Dylan, because to me, it's just an all-purpose player.
Yeah, I mean, so the great thing about it is, like you said, it's layered. I believe there's 8 different peppers in this rub, and then a nice savory with a little bit of honey in it to just give it just a little sweetness and take some of the bitter away from the tannins of the peppers. But chicken, it's fantastic on. Seafood, shrimp and whitefish, it's fantastic on. All things beef, carne asada, flank steak, skirt steak, hanger steak,
All
you
those
name it.
lows and slow cooked things, like they stew the meat for a while, like you dump that on and in
Right.
there, the depth of flavor is just nuts. It's nuts.
But even like doing like an al pastor style cook, like roasting pork and throwing it in there, braising with it. One of the things we threw on the bag that truthfully is dynamite with is queso. Like next time you're gonna melt some cheese and make a cheese dip, before you put the cream or the milk in, mix in a tablespoon or two of this and then make your cheese dip. Like it gives it a smoky, peppery, like just delicious layer of flavor to it. But chili. We made chili this morning. We're working on it, and it smells delicious in there. Just took some cut up steak trimming pieces and some ground beef and cooked it with it. And
What
got
I
it
do
turned
love
out.
about this rub in particular, you mentioned using it for chili. I think most rubs are too salty for chili, but you could really dump this right in, and the salt content's not so nuts that it screws everything up.
Yeah. So all those kind of dishes. I mean, there's lots of fun stuff. I like to make taco dip. So we bought a block of cream cheese. We're gonna mix it into the cream cheese and layer that with some beans and cheese and guacamole and salsa. Um, but even with vegetables, doing doing some butter, putting it in there and doing it over your vegetables, um, all kinds of stuff. You got some fresh tomatoes or some canned tomatoes you want to make quick salsa out of. Same thing. Add some of it in there, blend it up, and you got a really nice smoky fresh salsa. Um, it just can be used a lot of places. and to go back, mix it with a little bit of the cure, and you got some dynamite whole chicken, like sticky, crunchy, barky, delicious chicken.
Yeah, all of that, right? I mean, can't fault any of that. It's just one of those great products. So we're really proud of it. Yes, we understand. Looking at some of the comments, uh, yeah, it's immediately going to get comparisons to Grande Gringo. However, I got money on our gunslinger on this one. You can't you can't sleep on the DG. He's going to shoot you down, man. He's great. But hey, before we go any further, can we get like a freaking applause for the graphics on these things? I mean, Matthew Sharp crushes it. We say we make it great, everything great in the bag, but he makes everything outside the bag great. Like he makes it look amazing. There's not another set of products on the market that has this aesthetic to it, this feel, and all of this is out of his head. Um, I mean, it's great stuff. It's fantastic. So you either love the branding or you don't, and we're okay. It's a little polarizing, but we happen to really like it. Um, we're assembling a Flavor Freak squad, kind of like a Suicide Squad of characters that we're going to do some fun stuff with coming up. But we've had this vision from the beginning, and Matthew has delivered. And I dare I say it, Mood Enhancer was great, but they may have gotten better along the way. I mean, they're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful logos. We fully intend to do T-shirts out of a lot of this stuff. It's full characters. We're going to be, I mean, just crushing it. Um, so we're proud about that. So anyway, rolling back through some of the stuff here. Let me see if we can catch up before we go to the next. You want to say anything else on the DG before we segue?
Well, if you guys look back at a couple of our videos a few months ago, we saw the Grande Gringo get released, and we were already in development, past development, working on other stuff for Dirty Gringo. So they beat us to market, but this is certainly not a knockoff.
Yeah. So in fairness, our working name was Adios Mother Effer. So we decided not to go that way. So we decided to stay a little more PG. So and I think this fits too because there's something not that this is dirty or it's in any way crass, but it's like bare knuckles kind of flavor, and that's what I love about it. It's like something raw about it that just reminds me of great, authentic Mexican cooking. I love it. I think we nailed it. That's one of my favorites. Another product that you will mix, like you need to look at this product as a layering product with everything else we've got because of the funk that it brings to the table. So it's pretty awesome. So let's see. It doesn't have chocolate in it.
No.
If it did, we're not telling you. I mean, come on. Um, Dylan told you anyway. Are the two new ones going to be gluten free? How gluten free do they need to be, Jeremy? Because you could argue. I I hate getting into these contests here. Um, Never count on us to be gluten free. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. I don't even like answering the question because some people's sensitivity is, I mean, so over the top, and some people take it over the top. So we intentionally don't go through the gluten testing because it's extra money. If you're on the fence, worried about it, look at the label. We list. I mean, our FDA rep is so by the book, it's painful. So if there's anything that is even close to allergenic, it's listed on the label. I've actually requested some stuff be removed from the label because I don't like letting some of my ingredients be known, and they won't do it. So the good news is, if you're worried, check the label. But
Just a little, yeah. Let me throw in that too. It's really difficult because there's a couple flavors that people do. We like to use, um, that cause it to have gluten in it, and that's
Very small amounts, but
yeah.
still,
So
depending on
that's
your sensitivity
Worcestershire.
level.
You know, it's Worcestershire powder and soy powder, which you'll see
Mm-hmm.
on a lot of our labels. And unfortunately, those products have trace amounts of gluten in them, and that transfers even when you dehydrate it. So, you know, it's not that we're not sensitive or understanding of what you got going on there. It's just that, you know, our mandate here was all about the flavor, and it was
Right,
about
flavor first.
using the products that best deliver the flavor. And, you know, I realize there are people out there that because of that won't be able to enjoy these, and for that I'm sorry, you know, but that's not what we are, you know.
Right. Well, that's not what this line is. Let's be clear. That's not what Flavor Anonymous this line is intended to be. This is no holds barred. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about anything. It's producing the best we can produce without any holdbacks, because we came out of so many situations where it's got to be like this, but not like that, and a little more like this, but don't do that because some people may get offended. Um, and this is an expression of the purest form of us just doing what the heck we want to do. That's not to say we're not already working on a line that will fit much more into what you're looking for, down the middle, mainstream kind of products. They're already in the works. We want to finish the Flavor Anonymous rubs before we dive into that, but you're going to find a lot of those answers on the Pit Daddy Outfitters label that we're working on right now. Capiche?
What's next?
What's next? We got to talk about our cock of voodoo. I'm telling you, Riley Wright, you're messing me up because I know you're watching this and you're too young to be watching some of the things that I'm going to accidentally say. So you're screwing me up, but I'm looking forward to trying your rubs, young lady, because you are one talented young lady, and I will hold up my end of the bargain. I promised Riley a while back that if she ever wanted to do rubs or sauces, I would absolutely positively, free of charge, make sure she had one of the best in the country through mentoring her and dialing her in. So I'm looking forward to it. So let's talk about the voodoo. Let's cock a voodoo. Why do we name it this? I don't know. To be different. It was just one of those things. We
Well,
went through a bunch of names. Cock-a-voodle do. When in doubt, cock it out. It's whatever. But we just settled here because there's a lot of voodoo in this rub. A lot of voodoo. There's as much craziness in this rub as there is mood enhancer. The full story on this rub is I sat down at our table when we're in the Gulf and on vacation, and I had to make two rubs. I had two I had to get out. They're both chicken rubs, and I found this fork in the road where one became this beautiful, delicate, like just well balanced thing that was fantastic. Like you can't dump too much on it. It's just so perfect. And then the other fork in the road was very dark and very sucker punch you. And I just decided those were the two products. The first one, it's called What the Cluck, and you can get that through Grill of Grills. It's one of my favorite chicken rubs. I love it. The other one is Cock-a-Voodoo, and it is absolutely some stuff that will sneak up on you and mess your world up. And that's what I love about it. So it's got everything in it. It is about a 10 to 12 ingredient rub. Yes, there's MSG in it. I don't care. I wanted it. It just opened everything up. There's a ton of herbs here.
let's talk about that for just a second because we do have MSG in a few of our rubs. Not
A
all of them, but a couple of them.
couple, yeah.
But let's talk about that for a second because that's one of those things that I feel like gets a bad rap because it was a victim of overuse and abuse. You know, so let's all figure this out. MSG is a form of salt. Okay, it's a form of salt that actually opens up the flavor receptors in in your mouth and in your tongue, and it also plays really nice with certain oils and certain oils within herbs and products, and it definitely enhances and changes the flavor. Um, where it got a bad rap is if you use too much of it, it can cause people to get headaches. It can cause, but guess what? If you use too much salt, if you use too much sugar, if you use too much of anything, it can be bad for you. And then there were restaurants that were dousing everything with it because it'd make you feel full quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're not using it for any of those reasons. We're not using it to that level. There's not that much of the product in it for it to do those things.
That's another piece. It is the very last thing added, and it is just enough, literally, to wake everything else up. And then sometimes in a rub, you can't wake it up the same way by just adding more of said ingredient. Great example is something like ginger. If you take ginger way too far in a rub, it becomes bitter. It becomes spicy as like it will add a lot of heat. But you add the right amount of ginger with a little MSG as a kicker, and you get that citrusy bloom with a little bit of warmth. And that's a completely different situation than if you just dump triple the ginger in. So it's knowing how to do it and using it the right way, exactly what Dylan's alluding to there.
So obviously it's up to everyone for their own personal choices, but we're not being reckless by using this. We're using it smart. We're using it the way that you were supposed to. It's just that the bad rap came from people that were abusing it. Just about anything else.
Yeah. And for the record, for like a product like Mood, I've literally watched a guy, and he loves the stuff. Like he could snort it. I watched him take a whole pound MSG and cook basically 8 steaks with it, 3 heavy coats, and no one got it from that table going, "Oh, I don't feel good," because there's so little MSG in it. It's just enough to open up all the umami flavors and let the heat poke through just a little bit. That's all it's there for when it comes to Mood, and it extends the flavor. We did some testing when we were with Danny Montgomery. We do, like, was it 8 or 10 different steaks, Dylan?
Yeah, quite a few.
The cool thing about the MSG factor, and it wasn't just MSG though. There's some other magic going on there with the umami pieces that I built in that rub. But they allowed you to taste it longer and deeper, and it made the difference in a steak winning and a steak not winning in our testing. So that to me is pretty awesome. So yeah, back to the rub, to voodoo.
Back to the
We're
voodoo that we do.
the voodoo that we do. Um, where are you going to use it? I mean, obviously wings. It's balanced enough for turkey. You can put this in a dredge. It's great anywhere you would consider poultry. It's going to be great on seafood, I guarantee you. It's another utility player like Dirty Gringo, but I'll warn you, it is where Gringo creeps up on you. Voodoo don't. Voodoo's like, it makes its presence known immediately, and you can't overdo it. So you got to be careful. Okay, I'm gonna give you something to drink. All right, Dylan, run the show for just a second, dude.
So seriously though, the voodoo can be used on a lot of stuff. The other reason we called it voodoo is because you can use it as a blackening spice. We've played around with it a lot. People will be like, "Oh, it sounds like voodoo and gringo are similar." They're similar, but they're dissimilar in more ways than they are. They're similar in, yeah, they have some smoky, they have some heat. Voodoo leans into the herbs. It's got lots of herbs in it, and voodoo has some mysterious elements in it that cause you to get flavors that are really well received, but they're also going to catch you off guard because you're not going to understand. You're not going to know where it's coming from. You're just going to know you like it. So when we talked about names, I mean, that's one of the reasons that to me, Voodoo needed to be in it because with the herb content, the heat content, and just the way that it presents when you eat it, it reminded me a lot of good Creole
Yeah.
Cajun flavors. But as Shane said, it didn't go over the top, but it went right to the brink. It's right there. You're gonna know you're gonna eat it. It's one of those things that you get a couple chicken wings in, and your nose is gonna be running a little bit. But you're not gonna stop. Like you're gonna
Right.
take a drink of your tea or your lemonade or whatever, your beer, and go back for more. Like it's not so hot that it's painful. It's just that welcoming, that like lick your fingers and go back for more kind of thing. So
Yeah, there's a three. That's the other thing. So let's talk about this. The elephant in the room. I kind of screwed us. Um, there's three peppers in here that are really hard to get. No, they're not ultra spicy. It's just where they come from on the globe. They're not usually used, and they're not used in the quantity that we're going to need them. There's a chance we may have to limit supply of this every order to allow resupply for the rest of, well, the world. So I don't know that this is a product that we're going to be able to sell 1,000 pounds of at a time. I just don't, guys. In fact, listen, this may be one of those products that, depending on how it goes, surfaces 4 times a year. We don't know. This is the first order. We're going to have to see how it goes. We're going to do our best to do 250 on our side and leave enough for Barbecue Pro Shop to have some as well. But I don't know yet how much you're going to be able to get. I hate it, but that's how it is. We really pushed our one-upmanship. Kind of did me in. Dylan and I are always talking smack. He's like, "Oh yeah, I could do this one a little better." And I totally painted us in a corner on this one. So this may be one of those products, like I said, they don't make the long-term cut because it's hard to stock. And maybe we can change that. I don't know, but I just got to let you know up front. That's just how it is. What I hate about that is look at the freaking artwork. That is the coolest voodoo priest chicken thing I've ever seen. I mean, Matthew crushed it. I mean, it's just amazing.
why don't you flip that other? Do you have the other one? The other one loaded in there with the whole vignette.
I can get it real quick. Just a second. We can do that one. So while we do that, Dylan, I'll pull that one up.
Yeah, I'll talk about some of the way we're gonna do the packaging and set up
There
the
we go.
order.
Do that, and I'll pull this down.
All right, so Shane alluded to it a couple times already in this, but we are going to release this as a 3-pack. Okay, so you're going to get a pound of the Cure, you're going to get a pound of Voodoo, you're going to get a pound of Gringo. So you're going to get 3 pounds of rub. And we're going to take pre-orders. Right now we're looking at like 200, 225 orders that we're going to take ourselves. And then what we're trying to do is make sure we have enough supply, and we're going to have 100 packs ready to go at Barbecue Pro Shop when we're out. And we're putting them over at the Pro Shop because our friends in Canada who want to get it, or anybody that has a shopping list and they want to stock up on some other items while they're buying, can do so from the Pro Shop, and they'll ship that out. But we're going to do the first 200, 225 orders from the Flavor Anonymous webpage. You can go in the store starting Monday morning, pre-order them. For any of those that pre-ordered the last time, thank you very much. Drew Gray, we got your cooler going out. Unfortunately, this COVID-19 stuff has put a little delay on that, but our guy tells us that we should be able to pick it up on Monday. So I'll pick it up Monday and get it out to you right away. You're over in Ohio, so I think you'll get it in 2 to 3 days. But we're going to run 200, 225 3-packs through the web page, and we're going to have a quick turnaround on this, guys. So we'll get it out there much sooner. With the
We're
cure.
going to have a quick turnaround as long as something doesn't happen at the factory. And I got to tell you, if it happens that we can't fill this pretty quickly, I'll be honest with you, we'll probably go through the process of refunding and redoing. But right now, the factory, the FDA tells them that they're a priority one facility, meaning they can stay open and they shouldn't have any problems. But again, man, we're kind of playing with fire on this one, so I'm a little nervous to do this, but we want to be upfront with you all the way, and just let you know.
So we're looking to try and get it through quickly, but
Right.
if things happen, obviously we'll address those. And as Shane said, if it happens and there's delay, we're just going to refund and then we'll redo it when we're able to. But our hope is to get these in and get this out before there's any disruption in that. So, Monday morning, it's going to go live. You'll be able to get it. First 225 units through us. And then we hope to have 100 with Barbecue Pro Shop. If you're on the fence, don't wait because there's no guarantee. We don't for sure know what the numbers are going to be
Right.
yet.
And we don't know when reorder's happening. Let's be honest, we don't know.
So, jump on board, get it, stock up. As Shane mentioned, Mood Enhancer is in stock at Barbecue Pro Shop. So don't forget to pick that up there. The Cure is in stock at Barbecue Pro Shop. But right now, the only way you're going to get the 2 new rubs is to buy our 3-pack of the Cure, Dirty Gringo, and Cockavoodoo. And as an added bonus, we're the sticker guys, right? 3-pack means 3 stickers. All right. So what he's got on the screen right there, those are the stickers this time around.
Yep.
You're going to get one of each.
If you ordered last time, you got the 4-inch circle Mood. These are 4-inch circles that you need to complete the set. So you cannot and will not get these elsewhere. We keep getting asked, why don't you give the Pro Shop some of these? Because this is our thing. This is what we do to say thank you to the people that order from us. It's a little thing, but this is what we like to do. Also, we like stickers.
We do, and in mentioning that, while these are only available through us when you purchase products, take a look on the webpage because we are going to have some different style stickers available for sale soon.
Soon, yeah.
Soon. In addition to that, that wonderful hat Shane's wearing right now will be available soon in our webpage.
It's disappearing.
Yeah, it's disappearing now.
My background graphic thing kills it. It's pretty
cool.
But
it's a flex fit hat. It's called Flex Fit Delta. So it's made out of the awesome material like they make basketball shorts out of. That really slick, nice material. The brim's the same way. The brim's slick. It doesn't have all the threading on the brim. It does have some breathe holes in it, and we've got that
super light, breathable cap. That's the one thing I will say. The basketball material, the short material. When I've had 1,000 black hats, and everyone makes my head really sweat because I got a fat, sweaty head. But this one really works. So it's not the cheapest hat, but I love this hat.
Yeah. So they aren't cheap. They just aren't cheap to be made. It's a damn nice hat.
That's right.
We follow with our merch the same thing we follow with our products. Like, if you want the nice stuff, you pay for the nice stuff. And if you don't, we understand. No big deal.
Yep.
But it's what we like. We don't want to do cheap stuff. We don't want to do stuff just like everyone else. So the hats are going to be available on the webpage for pre-order on Monday.
For an extra $5 per order, I'll put in a roll of toilet paper.
So the hats will be just like Shane has, and we have one alternate right now. So if you look at the A, and you can see on the background, the A that's in red on his background, that A will be in red on the hat. So that's the first version. And then, as we progress in this, we're going to offer different colors that correspond with each of the characters and each of the products. So that A will We'll end up with a chartreuse A, and we'll end up with a sunrise orange A, and we'll end up with a dirty gringo A, um, and then a couple of the new
Purple.
products we got coming out. Um, but right now, Monday, going live, 3-pack of the Cure, Dirty Gringo, and Cockavoodoo, 3 1-pound bags. So
Yeah.
plenty to make it through this. 2.
Here, can I throw something in on that just real quick?
Sure.
I know everyone's going to be like, I can order through, I'm not going to limit how many people can order. We're being told how much mother trucking toilet paper we can buy. I don't want to artificially limit it, guys, but I do ask, don't order 5 orders just to hoard it, please. Let's make sure everybody gets some. I think if you're like me and you're going to use quite a bit of it, I could totally see having to order 2 orders. I'm not mad at that. But some people are like 5 orders, and people are like, I didn't get any. It's like, I'm so sorry, man. But on the Flavor Anonymous website, Monday morning, please use good neighborly reasoning in the amount that you order, please. Back to Dylan.
All right. So, Monday morning, 3 packs of the Cure, Cockavoodoo, and Dirty Gringo. Monday morning, hats like Shane's wearing, identical to Shane's, and one with the red A. Okay, those will also be available. And then coming soon, not sure if they'll be ready by Monday, but we got some special stickers that you can't get anywhere else that aren't like the round ones you're going to get with the packaging, because we've had so many people ask about, dude, the stickers are awesome. Can we buy some? Can we get more? We want to keep the round series, this series that comes with our packages, we want to keep that special. But we do realize that Matt does great work for us, and there's some cool designs out there. So we're going to get some of those up and available for you.
Yeah. If we can, just if we can.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be Monday, but as soon as we can, we'll get some up there. And they may be in limited numbers, so make sure you're checking back and watching, because it is what it is. Other things on the horizon. Stock up on this, because we've got some new products coming right after these. We got 2 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
One of them.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about them at all? Do you want to hit at it a little bit?
Sure. I think it's fine to talk about them. Make sure you get in on these though, because you're gonna want the whole family of products. But we got 2 coming. One of them, it's like a game of Texas Hold'em. You're gonna push all the chips to the center and go full bore, full tilt behind it.
All in, baby.
All in. And the other one's gonna have you looking like, a kung fu master. You're gonna look like Mr. Miyagi of the flat top and the barbecue grill. So be prepared. Be attentive. You got plenty of time right now while we're social distancing. Don't get too distant from us, because this is just a virtual relationship.
And we like to eat. We need your money.
We got to learn how to cut hair online. Otherwise,
oh my God,
we're in trouble.
It's going to be so bad. So what I'm saying, listen, we're offering the hats now to save you, because, listen, another 2 to 3 weeks, y'all going to be looking shaggy, man. So just put it under a hat and let it go. Do your part. Put it under a hat. I will say, I'm going to give my little series of nods to the new products. If you love going out to hibachi style cooking, you're going to love one of those. And if FA made a product that was dead aimed at winning state competitions, you're going to love the other one. I mean, yeah, absolutely ace in the hole kind of level stuff. So, oh, the Texas Hold'em rub. I see it. Yeah. So let's run through these a little bit. Let's make sure we get everything. That's really our news per se. Actually, it's not. It's not. Actually, nope. I'm gonna go through these. We got some more stuff to talk about, Dylan, because we're gonna be doing this a lot more coming up. So let's see. Pause on your rub. Missed out this. Mike, how did you miss out? Michael DeBello, you always post like I missed it. We haven't done anything. You haven't missed it yet, brother. It's all good, man. Watch this once we're done, and you'll get to see it. You didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. You can still order. In fact, no one can even order yet. Oh my gosh. People are so afraid they're going to miss it, man. Setting alarms. Can't believe it. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, so I get it. So some of you guys are going to be, but I only wanted Gringo, or I only wanted Cockavoodoo, or I only wanted the Cure. Okay, don't order. I'm sorry. We need to do this in a way that we can package them fast. So what can happen here is that I know every pack is going to get 3, and we can get them out to you as fast as possible. So desperate times, desperate measure, folks. I promise you, in your head, you're like, I only want Gringo, or I only want the Cure, or nah. Listen, you're going to want all 3. You're going to want all. Just trust us. You're going to want all 3. Okay, I get it. And we want your feedback once you have all 3, and that will help us determine what we do with these products after this. Will there be a run of these products by themselves at some point? Sure. Once we release the other 2 that are coming, we may do a run where you can order singles of these, but not right now. So the only way you're getting any of these products is to get all these products, because that's the way we're having to do it. Okay, we're trying something new. Thing about happy social experiments is not everyone finds them happy, and not everyone finds them very social, but that's the way we're doing it. Okay, we appreciate the support of everyone else. The other thing is the shipping for 1 bag is to the penny the same as shipping for 3 bags, guys. So why not take all 3? You've spent the money on the shipping. Anyway, that's enough complaining. I agree, Ernie. Stickers, or shirts with the stickers would be good too. Not only good, they will be great, and they are coming just in the future. We want to get the designs right, and we, just like with the hats, we wanted to make sure it's the best we can do before we do that thing that we do. All right? That's enough of that crap. What are we going to start doing now, Dylan?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Do tell.
Oh, you're making me tell?
Oh, am I telling?
I thought
Okay.
that in the biz is known as a handoff.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if you were looking for the bounce back or the true handoff. So
No. It's all good.
all right. What are we doing, Shane? Well, in a time of social distancing, in a time of being home more, in a time of not being able to get out and shake hands and shoot the shit with everybody, we've decided that we're going to do that virtually. So while there are lots of people out there, Flavor Anonymous is going to throw their hat into the proverbial ring and join the circus that is regular live broadcasting.
Sadly, this is not a great representation of any of that. To Dylan's point, what we are going to do is come up with some segments, and what Dylan and I really have is access to a lot of people you want to talk to, and you probably want to know of. There's been a lot of restaurant closings on the restaurant side of the world. There's a lot of there's a lot of upheaval in the restaurant world, and Dylan is the perfect guy to talk about that. He's dead in the middle of it, dealing with it right now with his current employer. We wish Smoke and all those guys the best of luck. They're fantastic, but they've had to do some hardcore rejiggering to be relevant and to stay open during these hard times. And man, you got to applaud the grit that it takes to do that. And we want to talk to those people. This is a time that we will remember for centuries, potentially, if we're lucky enough to last that long. And we want to chronicle it a little bit from the insides, what this is about.
All right. Well, you went all Walter Cronkite on me.
Well, you got to bring the news desk home. You can be Dan Rather.
So Shane is correct. You know, basically, what we've had a lot of conversations offline about friends and peers in the industry, whether it's restaurants or rub and sauce companies or caterers or event companies or promoters. You know, we got a lot of friends in the competition world, and we know, you know, it's frustrating right now. A lot of competitions canceled or postponed. Um, and there's just lots out there, and we see a lot of negative stuff all the time. We don't see the positive. We don't see the ingenuity. We don't see the bootstrapping. We don't see the stick to itiveness that's going on. Nobody's talking to those people. Nobody's saying like, "Hey, how's it going? What's going on? Tell us behind the scenes." Like, you know, the more you know about what somebody's going through, the more empathy and sympathy you can have, and the more we can connect as people. And that's one of the things that's always drawn me to the barbecue and competitive cooking world is the sense of community, the sense of togetherness, the friendship, the bonding. And you know, I feel at times like this, like we've got to find new ways to do that bonding. You know, it's not get parked, get set up, and walk over and see who's around. Um, you know, we're having to figure that out virtually now. So that's what our goal is in this series. You know, we're gonna have a couple dates, a couple shows, and get some guests on, and we're gonna talk about these things. We're gonna talk about, you know, how is this impacting restaurants? What are they doing? You know, we're gonna get people from both sides of it. We're gonna get people that decided to close because they, you know, their model of business or their moral compass said that was the right thing to do, and we're gonna get people that are they're doing everything they can to stay open, to keep people working, to keep people fed. You know, so you can understand that side of the perspective.
And this is not about politics in any way, guys. If you're
No,
thinking this is going to be Dylan and I talking about
no,
our love for one side or the other, you're at the wrong place because this
yeah,
is human.
politics have no. This is
This
human.
is about coming together as humans. That's right.
You know, there's no politics in this, and we're not talking about the politics, and I don't want to talk about the politics because there are plenty of broadcast channels that broadcast bigger and louder and brighter than we are that got you covered there. You know, we want to talk about this is front porch talking. This is
Right.
pull up a rocking chair, grab a beer, and let's talk about what's happening.
Yeah. This is
Um,
fireside chats. You know.
you know, so that's what this is about. We're not here to discuss politics or policies. We're here to discuss how people are dealing with what reality is right now. Um, and we're talking about what we want to do when this is over, and you know, and we're going to talk about ways that you can make the most of it at home. You know, we're home now, so cook that pork butt, and let's talk about the 3 or 4 meals you can get out of that pork butt. You know,
Well, and
or
so that you're actually segueing a little bit into the other thing we're going to do. There's going to be a lot more recorded stuff. Dylan and I just throwing up, and it's not going to be high quality. The intention is not to be high quality, guys. The content, yes. The the picture, no. Um, but it's just us while we're cooking at home, giving you tips and tricks and talking about, hey, how to turn one pork butt for a family of four into 3 meals, 4 meals, or is it really better to cook whole chicken versus the pieces, or things you can do with a whole chicken once you've cooked it for the next 2 days. And we want to help extend your food dollar. Um, we want to help you not go crazy while you're stuck at home. We give you a little bit of outlet. We want to challenge you to try things. This is a time where we all should honestly buckle down and try to grow as people. Um, whether that's spiritually, whether that's culinarily, whether that's musically, we all should take something. We got nothing better to do except sit here and work. But after work, sit down and play guitar. Sit down and cook something you've never cooked before. Um, spend some time with your family that you normally wouldn't have. Get out Monopoly, whatever. But the whole point of this series is to hopefully challenge you to somehow find more humanity in this situation. That's the hope.
That's the goal for sure.
So,
And just to kind of reemphasize that, like, I made a post earlier today on my personal page that during this time I like to try and pull 30 minutes a day at some point just to kick back, like go in the office or go in my room, throw on some headphones and listen to some music, or read a section or a passage out of a book for 30 minutes, or I like art. I got friends that I think make cool things, and I like to look at them. And sometimes it's throwing on a playlist and sitting back and just looking at a piece of the art that I got on the wall. But you touched on it. This is an opportunity. You know, as an entrepreneur and a business person, we always look for the silver lining in situations. We always look for the opportunity, and there's lots of proverbial sayings out there. When one door closes, another one opens. All that kind of stuff. You have to have an end to have a new beginning. What I hope for most people is they take this opportunity if they have it. There are people that have to still go to work. There are nurses and doctors and retail workers and construct, in all facets that are still going every day to work. But for those of us, that are telecommuting and homeschooling and all that stuff, use this time to expand your horizons. You may not be able to travel in real life, but you can travel virtually. You can pick up a book. If it's been 10 years since you read a book, read a book. You know, if you wanted to organize the pictures on your phone and you never have, and you've got 10,000 pictures all in one folder, spend some time going down memory lane and put them in folders and sort them. Do something that you've meant to do this whole time and make the most of it. And, hopefully when we come out of this, we'll all appreciate each other more. We'll take a lot of the things that we took for granted before and realize that you can't do that. And if you cook a lot, you'll be a better cook when you get done, so you can feed people and have that backyard party when this is all over.
true story. All right, man. I've actually got to wrap this up because the battery on my laptop is telling me we're done.
All right.
All right. So recap it real quick, dude. What time? What bat channel? Where are they ordering from? What are they doing?
Monday morning, first thing. FlavorAnonymous.com. Go to the store. 3-packs of
The 3-pack is. Thanks, dog. The 3-pack is listed as the Tres Hombres pack. That's a nod to one of my favorite ZZ Top albums.
All right. So grab your 3-pack. Pre-order your hats. Watch out for stickers coming soon. If you need Mood or The Cure by itself right now, go to barbecueproshop.com. Otherwise, guys, stay tuned, stay busy, stay full, stay hungry, and let's cook some stuff.
And stay safe. Wash your hands, folks. Wash your hands. That's it, folks. Peace out. We'll see you Monday morning in line, ordering, but they're in the line because you're doing it virtually. Till next time. Flavor Anonymous out.
See ya.